Bonjour, film lovers! Did you know that you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher Radio? We also have a website, realnerdspodcast.com, where you can find cool articles and other ways to listen to the podcast. You can also follow us on social, Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast, and Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us at 720-6nerds5. We will listen to it, we will play it, and we will probably commentate on it. Also email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find a Spider-Man.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for over 10 years, we have been seeing a new movie and podcasting our experience to the world. This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we saw Reminiscence. And it's only two of us this week, Brad.
Yep.
The two OGs.
Just the classic lineup.
This is the classic Real Nerds lineup. And I bet people are really excited to just hear your and my opinion about everything.
Oh, totally. We've been getting tons of emails about how, having too many hosts on the show, those opinions just get lost. So now that
I know
the two of us, there's a better focus.
There is. I mean, I have been getting some complaints about Corinne and Zach just constantly rambling and not really having coherent thoughts. If they have to hear one more thing about anime or old time Hollywood, we might lose listeners.
Yeah, it's a problem, and we're correcting it this week.
We are, and also I'm seeing if they even listen to the show. You know what I mean? Are they going to listen to the show and know that I'm talking shit about them? We'll see.
I don't think they do, because I feel like I've been putting several Easter eggs into each week's show, and I never hear about them. So
I will say that the shows you've been doing lately have been pretty great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's if everyone knew the talent you had to make things great. Yeah, I mean, you're so great that I can just say, hey, here's the new trailer for Spider-Man.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes. Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
What? You're gonna throw me off like that? What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, you had to push that button really quick.
I was all prepared to do the drive-in stuff, and you just dropped your stupid Spider-Man trailer.
You fucking know it. I wasn't going to let you get away with that.
How am I gonna edit this show now?
I made sure that what's most important, my stuff, can't be blocked out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it happens right away, and you have no say in the matter.
10 fucking years of this shit.
I know. You think you'd learn. You think you would learn.
All right,
But
talk
you
about
haven't.
Spider-Man. Go for it. You have the floor.
We'll save that for news. I just wanted to throw you off your game by putting it right at the beginning and
okay.
change things up.
Well, cool. Now the audience, they obviously came to listen to you talk about that trailer, and now they're gonna have to wait a little bit. So
Exactly. It's called a cliffhanger. It's like if I was writing an issue of Spider-Man, it'd be see you next month, web slingers, for the thrilling conclusion of my deconstruction of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And by next month, I mean in about 5 minutes. So
More
hopefully...
it's more like red and blue balls, really, what you're doing to them.
That is red and blue balls. But that was my tantalizing tease for what we're going to be talking about later. And I'm just too excited. I couldn't go by without playing it right away. I was debating if whether I should open the show with it, and then we'd start our show.
Just skip the theme song altogether. Like,
yeah, just put Spidey.
Yeah. There's the follow us on social media, and then Spidey trailer, and then...
Oh, wait, you didn't get the memo? I did put the Spider-Man theme song before this show, but it's the 1960s one.
Oh, gotcha. Through the magic of editing.
Through the magic of editing, we can make that happen.
That will be the case.
Yes. But we do talk about movie news, movies that are coming out. You can get stuff we've been watching. And, of course, the film of the week, which I said earlier is Reminiscence, where we will tell you if we recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil it, I guess. And, yeah, and that's how we do our show. For 10 years, Brad.
We've been doing that each week for 10 years straight. I'm just gonna load this gun into my mouth.
No, put it down. I was talking to James Monday because James, I guess we can tell people now, James is moving out of state with his family. So it was kind of like a farewell to James dinner I had with him and his family. And it was just kind of fun reminiscing about, James and I's relationship started with when I met my wife 13 years ago, and how we've built this podcast over the last 10 years. So it's just been part of my life for 10 years. And it's one of those things where people say, oh, why do you still do that? I said, yeah, I mean, I see movies anyways, and I like talking to my friends. So it's really an excuse to talk to my friends about stuff I love. And I hope that everybody gets that out of our podcast too. And what is kind of nice is I've been getting a lot of friends who are out of state texting me saying they really liked our episodes too. I had a friend, Brian, say that our Shit, let me read the text. One of a couple episodes ago was really, really funny.
That's great. I never hear a lot of feedback about people actually listening to the episodes. So
I know. I think it's, I think too, because we stopped giving out our email all the time and we kind of do our show. But you can email us, realnerds@gmail.com, if you have any feedback, or if you want us to tackle something maybe we're not tackling. You know what I mean?
that's right. Fan mail was a segment on this show like 5 years ago.
Yeah. But then we went away from it. You know, I used to do...
but each episode tells people where they can contact us, and the email is one of them. So
yeah. So contact us, because we also have our Film Explosion in 2001 coming up. So if you have favorite films from 2001, make sure you send us your list. We do 10, but you can put whatever you want. And, you know, so you can be a part of our show.
yeah, we'll read it in the episode.
Yeah. Oh, he said our Suicide Squad episode was really, quote him, really funny, hilarious, really hilarious.
Nice.
So thanks, Brian. Brian is a guy I met when I was at the academy, and we became really good friends. And he moved to Texas with his wife last year, and he keeps tabs on me through the podcast. So thanks, Brian, for listening. I appreciate it.
Awesome. The one thing I want people to get from these
Squad
episodes
1 was funny. I mean, if I'm going to pat myself on the back.
I was going to say, the one thing I want people to get out of these shows is that we're funny. Like the actual content of the review is inconsequential.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
At the end of the day, people should be laughing.
I mean, Brad, you do this just for like fun, right? Obviously, we don't do it for monetary gain because we don't make any money. But I do it because
I would at least like to make the money to pay the website hosting, but no.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if you're in the same boat as me. It's really, I get to talk to you every week and, you know, talk about movies and geek out, which, you know, when you get older and your career and things like that are always in the forefront, it's always nice to have something to fall back on and kind of forget about your worries for an hour or so, which I always strive for everybody who's listening to our episodes.
Yeah, as you get older, your life is about survival. So, like, having something stupid and superficial to fall back on is pretty fun. And like, I get to talk to you guys, but I also get to practice graphic design and marketing, you know, for fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's great about having someone as talented as you. I say, hey, man, can you just make this and then make it cool? And you do.
And it's based on movies and not just some random product. Excellent.
Yes. I always tell people how much fun I have with you doing this. You know, for like our 10th anniversary, I said, hey, maybe we should freshen up the logo and celebrate our 10 years because it's quite an accomplishment. And he said, yeah, that's a good idea. And then you do it. And I'm always blown away by what you put together.
Thanks.
So I appreciate it. And for people that are fans of Brad, design work, he also makes films, which you are tackling another 48-hour film project. Yeah. And is this 11, Brad?
This is the 12th. This will be the 12th one in Denver. We've done 2 other like worldwide competition ones. So that would make it like the 14th one.
Wow.
If you want to count like weekends I've spent doing this. So 14. Yeah.
Nice. And then when do you start filming that?
This Friday.
Oh, wow. It's coming up.
Yeah. And usually, you know, after the weekend, it takes like a week to do the screening, but the screenings are 2 days later now. So
that is crazy.
There's no waiting. You know, there's not enough time to print T-shirts, but they're also doing a trailer and poster contest this time, which I'm feeling even more confident about than the making the movie because... Hang
on a second, Brad. Sorry. You can keep talking. He's playing with his monster truck and running over soda cans. And it's like he waits till I do this to do it.
Hey, at least he's not on the streets, right?
Yeah. Actually, maybe I should put him out there so I can get this done. Anyways, you were talking about the screening process now only 2 days. Sorry.
Yeah, there's like there's also a trailer and poster contest, which I'm feeling pretty confident about, considering every year I think I'm one of like 3 people who bother with that in the week.
Yeah, and your posters always are great.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite one is Catastrophe.
Classic. Yeah. Classic
Yeah, so that
horror
one
style.
it's reminds me of like a 1950s horror film.
Yeah. If I made it in black and white, it'd be even more obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, the modern lime and purple and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So, yeah.
I'm getting excited. Interesting to see what
Very
we
cool.
do this year because,
I'm sure it'll be
obviously
great.
last year was a bit of an off year. So
Yeah, and you can go to nebulousvisions.com to check all those out.
hey, you're better at marketing than I am.
Or you can go on to Facebook and just type in Nebulous Visions, and you've been resharing them, which has been fun. So see what you're up to. And
I forgot like this little superstition I created for myself of I need to repost all the old ones the week before. The new
good.
one. So
it's a good reminder of the stuff you can do.
Backtracking a bit, did you ever think that when we started this, we'd be doing it for 10 years?
Fuck no.
Like you thought like maybe 3 years in we'd fall off and be like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah, because I remember our initial meetings about it where we said, hey, we're going to do this every week and not miss a week. I thought for once we'd slip the fuck up. And we never have. My only bummer this year is the fan expo is coming up so quick that I won't be able to do it. But I'm hoping that they'll still allow media because I have that Sunday off, and I would love to go down there and cover some stuff on Sunday. If you want to do that, that'd be Halloween.
Maybe, I don't know. I kind of wrote it off, considering we weren't going to be like having a booth presence. So
I know it sucks, but hopefully, I'm going to go for one day for sure. I might even see if I can switch and work in the morning on Saturday because Rebecca Isaacs is coming back, and we haven't talked to her in 11 years, and I think it'd be fun. And and I think I'm going to commission her to do a Cassie Cage for me.
Ooh,
I think that'd be awesome.
I'm worried because we declined the grandfathering in option that we had, so I'm worried that they, will be at the bottom of the list next year when they start fully opening up.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I don't think we are in a position to make... Well, I mean, I know I can't. My work is too insane right now. So, and I think someone's already requested that time off, so that means I'll probably be working a lot that weekend. And
yeah,
just it came up so fast.
Yeah, they really sprung it on people, but that means the real one's going to be even faster the next year because if they're doing this in October and they want to go back to doing summer, it's like 6 months later they're back at it. So will they just keep doing it in October is the question?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see.
Or will they take a full year off so they can reset and give them enough time to do a summer? Yeah,
I mean, I think on Sundays, the Colorado Springs Comic-Con, I think I'm going to run down there to do it.
Oh, this Sunday?
Yeah, 29th.
Oh, wow.
Which is my birthday as well. Thanks for not getting me a present, Brad. Fuck.
I got you 10 years of a podcast where you get to fillet yourself, so.
True. That is true. I do get to talk about myself and how great I am, so that's good. So yeah, I think I'm going to run down there. Just check it out.
What do you want for a present? Like, you buy your own DVDs. Like,
yeah, no, I don't. Well, one, I really don't want presents either. Well, I mean, I always take, Best Buy gift cards. But because I do usually just get what I want, and I'm a middle child and my parents don't care about me. You know all about that, Brad.
I'm the first child.
Are you the first?
You can talk to my brother about that.
Fuck, I thought your brother was older than you. But
speaking as a first child, I'm the experimental one, so they tried all this stuff out on me, and then the other two got to enjoy the benefits of those mistakes. So,
all right on. Well, we always have each other.
I don't know. At 39, I'm like, it's weird that people should be like still doing gifts for birthdays. Is that just me?
I mean, to me, it's more of, for like my birthday, I said, you know what? It's my birthday. I think I'm going to go to Colorado Springs to do the Comic-Con. And that's my birthday present to myself.
Yeah. Or just like people just want to spend time with you. Like that's the gift.
Yeah.
So
the gift of humans is enough with me.
if I wasn't going to be tired from 2 days of staying up, I'd hang out with you on your birthday.
I understand. It's okay. Let it slide.
We can plan something later.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't know what I'm up to, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, maybe I could go to the drive-in on this weekend, but I'd only know that if Brad can tell me what's playing.
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
I've been doing this segment for a while. Have you ever been to the drive-in here?
No.
Wow.
I know. I keep on thinking I should take Kellen. I think he'd probably really like it.
Yeah, I mean, he's old enough now. He'd definitely have some investment in it. So, yeah. For some reason, I thought like maybe you and Laura and Kellen went to the Fort Collins one at some point, but
no.
But yeah. Oh, well, if you want to do something Sunday at the drive-in, the Holiday Twin in Fort Collins with your family, you can see Free Guy and Jungle Cruise on screen one. Or
it's actually a fun double feature.
Yeah. I guess they're both Disney. And then, and my screen just glitched. And then on the second screen is Paw Patrol and E.T.
Did you see Paw Patrol made like $15 million this weekend?
In limited release.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. See, you put movies out people want to see, people will go see them.
Even crazier is how when Suicide Squad came out, it made $26 million, and people are like, "Oh, bomb!" But then Free Guy came out the next week and made $26 million. They're like, "Ah, super successful."
Yeah, it's I don't.
Like, I'm pretty sure they have the same budgets.
Yeah, so. It's one of those. I don't know how to quantify the box office now and what people deem a success, because it doesn't. I mean, all bets are off now.
I guess Free Guy was already paid for because it came from Fox and like Disney bought it, so that was that, and so everything.
Yeah, I think too. It's holding way better.
Yeah,
because I still think a fallout from that is because it's on HBO Max. I think Reminiscence only made $2 million, and I think it's because they didn't market it very well, and people could watch it at HBO Max. It doesn't seem like a movie you have to rush out to see.
Yeah. The other drive-in, the 88 drive-in here closer to Denver, is showing Snake Eyes, Don't Breathe 2, and Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, all on one screen.
Wow.
So
that's fun.
Check that out. Yeah, that is all that's going on around town. If you're inclined and I somehow managed to edit this episode and put it up fast enough, come see whatever I made this weekend on Wednesday, September 1st.
Yeah, you should probably edit it tonight and put it up so you don't have to worry about it the whole weekend.
I think I will. Although I just posted last week's episode a couple hours
I
before
did see
this,
that.
so it's a little bumped up against each other. But 9:00 September 1st at the Bug Theater, we'll be screening our new short film, whatever it turns out to be. So
very cool.
The tickets are $10, I think. So, and there will be, I think, 9 other films in the block, so you're not just paying for mine. You get like an hour and a half's worth of entertainment.
Hell yeah, and they're always fun.
Yeah, and if you're really inclined, like me, show up Tuesday and Wednesday, 6 and 9 p.m. to watch all the groups from all the films all weekend.
Fun.
So that's what's going on around town.
Cool. Movie news.
It's real news.
Hey, did you know that this really cool trailer dropped this week? Here it is again.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange. Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking!
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes. Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
So many questions.
Yeah. So Spider-Man No Way Home dropped. And part of the news that I was going to share is that it broke the 24-hour most views around the globe. And
by how much?
Yeah, it's crazy. So Avengers Endgame last 2 years ago now, in 24 hours, had 289 million views. No Way Home has 355.5 million.
Wow.
So
crush.
I think if you have a movie that people really want to see, it's going to do really well. And people are concerned because of, obviously of coronavirus and stuff. But if there's a movie that I think is going to shatter some records, it might be Spider-Man, which is great for me because I love Spider-Man. And the trailer is everything I wanted it to be, and enough questions where it's a classic Marvel trailer where you go, "What's that? Wait a minute, who is that?" From Spidey being obviously outed at the end of Far From Home by Mysterio, and the dealing with the consequences of that, to them enlisting Doctor Strange to cast a spell so people forget about who Spider-Man is, which is from one of the most controversial Spider-Man stories called One Moment in Time, which is a continuation of One More Day, where Spider-Man made a deal with Mephisto to save Aunt May's life. And by doing that, he wiped out his marriage with Mary Jane. And then you found out in One Moment in Time, its acronym is OMIT. You found out that he went to Doctor Strange so he would cast a spell so everyone would forget who Peter Parker and Spider-Man were the same. So it's kind of interesting that they would go that route. And now I'm hearing all these things that it might not be Doctor Strange. Is Mephisto really appearing in Spider-Man? And of course, I doubt it, but it's really funny how bad people want Mephisto to show up.
I know, he's not even like their character is just their version of the devil, right?
Yeah, he is a character. He's created by Stan Lee and John Buscema, but yeah, he's basically a demon that is all powerful and deals with magic. And his thing is he deals with people's souls, and or there's always like it's kind of like the monkey's paw. If you ask him for something, he's going to take something in return. So in Spider-Man's case in the comics, the reason he took Spider-Man's marriage is because it took away his happiness. So by doing that, he'll save Aunt May, but under these conditions,
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I actually think it's not, because Stephen Strange has always been kind of arrogant. So when Wong tells him not to do the spell and he does the wink, I think that kind of falls in the character for him.
Yeah. It's really Peter who messes it up.
Yeah. And so it's pretty fascinating. And then, for me personally, it's funny, this trailer dropped and I was pumping gas at the gas station after I had dinner with James and talking about how I hope it drops. And then I got an alert from Twitter, because I have it set to Spider-Man Far From Home or No Way Home alerts. And so, watching it, it's cool because you heard, some of the rumors going around, and to see, an Electro lightning strike, a Sandman, like Sandblast, which they might, Sandman might not be in it, but that's cool. Maybe the Lizard coming after Peter and one little brief moment. And,
Yeah.
Obviously for me, the coolest part is the pumpkin bomb rolling and hearing Willem Dafoe's laugh as the Green Goblin. And then Alfred Molina popping up is pretty great.
Yeah, it seems like there's actually going to be a lot more than the Sinister Six in there, because you still have the Vulture in the background. You still have, based on the toys, Mysterio is probably not dead, actually.
Yep, which makes sense for his character.
Yeah, and then you've got, obviously, Doc Ock is definitely coming, Green Goblin. So that's what, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
And then you've got probably the Lizard based on that one clip, and Electro, is coming. So you got like 7 people now.
Yeah, I think you can probably lump J. Jonah Jameson in that.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty much a villain. And it's interesting because there's obviously, even Tom Holland is saying, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen anything, which I agree. I actually believe him pretty hardly, because if you watch the trailer, like there's a part obviously where Peter and Doctor Strange are fighting in the multiverse, or he's teaching Spider-Man about the multiverse, because it has that crazy like mirror thing from Doc Strange.
Yeah.
And then there's a part where Spidey has something and Doc Strange, Ancient Ones, Peter out of Spider-Man's costume. So yeah, there's there's a lot to unpack in the trailer, and it's just, I can't wait to see Shang-Chi, because that trailer is going to be before it.
Oh yeah.
And I hope people will cheer when, Doc Ock shows up, because that seems like it's a cheer moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also too, like, given how much Sony really wants Venom in the Spidey universe, and we got a Venom movie coming up.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to believe that Venom does, like, because everyone thinks that shot's the Lizard that's coming at him, but it could be Venom.
It's some hulking monster. So
yeah,
I'm totally down, and it's.
Or
they're
deviant.
still playing coy with the other Spider-Men, but it kind of feels like it's trending that way. And I think it's a cool idea that they have to enlist the other Spider-Men to beat the Sinister Six. But we'll see. There's obviously some huge fight that takes place on like a highway. But just like Star Wars movies lately, the Marvel movies have been pretty good at flipping shots. And having backgrounds that aren't even there. So it makes me excited, and I'm excited that everybody's excited for Spider-Man.
I'm just excited to get to the bottom of what the next 10-year plan is going to be, because
yeah, because I mean, Black Widow obviously it can't push it too far forward because it's a prequel.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you've been reading the reviews for Shang-Chi, they're saying it's pretty incredible. So I'm pretty excited to see that one too. Obviously, I can't wait for Spider-Man.
Yeah, when Iron Man and Captain First Avenger and Thor came out, we kind of had an idea like, oh, okay, it's going somewhere, but we don't know yet. And then once the Avengers came out, like, okay, we're trending towards fighting Thanos.
Yeah.
And then it was still, I don't think it was, even through phase 2, we weren't sure like what were they going to do with Thanos once he finally arrived. So a good chunk of the decade, there was still a ton of questions, but yeah, I'm just anxious to find out like where this is headed. Like, where are they going to try to replicate their success?
Yeah, and I was reading things now that they're saying Venom might be delayed again, and now people are worried about Spider-Man. I don't think Spider-Man's going to be delayed. One, because I think they know they're going to have a huge hit, and all the trailer and all the advertisements now say December 17th. So it sounds like that one's probably going to be a go. And that also means that Venom and Morbius really don't tie into Spider-Man at all. And but I'm okay with it because comparing this trailer to the Venom trailer, I go, oh, wow, this looks awesome. The Venom trailer looks whatever. But yeah, I think it's pretty great. And I love when everyone loves Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Venom trailer, like, I don't hate the movie. I thought it was fun enough, but like,
yeah,
he's fighting like another Venom with a different color. So it's
Carnage. I mean,
like, how different is that from the last movie?
Yeah, and I've always pushed back on how cool Venom is. I mean, his design is cool, but as a character, I've never been the biggest fan. And it hasn't changed since the movie or seeing this. It's I mean, I will give Tom Hardy props that he is doing something different with the character. It makes it more interesting than just a guy who hates Spider-Man and then wants to help people after the fact. So, I mean, I'll see it, obviously. But it seems like Marvel and Disney, they're pretty much saying, hey, we got to start putting stuff out. And we talked about it last week. Black Widow still made like $180 something million. So I'm sure that it still made money, and it actually lines up pretty well with the first Thor and Captain America and stuff.
Yeah, just gotta let the chips fall where they may at a certain point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, unfortunately, but that's where we're at in this world.
Any other news?
Yeah. No, the only other thing I have is Jingle All the Way has Funko Pops coming out. So you can get your own Turbo Man if you'd like. That's how much there isn't anything going on.
Wait, there's a Jingle All the Way. There's a Turbo Man Funko Pop, because I know there's a Turbo Man doll in stores right now.
Yeah, it's a Funko Pop, and you can also get an Amazon exclusive Turbo Man. Yep, I was digging through the websites. I couldn't find anything. So that's Slash Film has this cool stuff post. And I said, okay, I'll talk about Turbo Man Jingle All the Way Pops.
Well, I'll throw into the mix that Roger Rabbit's coming to 4K Blu-ray. That's news.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the Steelbook is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll have to pre-order that when it becomes available to pre-order. Because that seems like a Steelbook that will sell out really fast.
Oh, yeah. I think
and that movie's brilliant.
Yeah, I think people underestimate the popularity of that movie.
Yeah, I've always said my favorite is the weasels in it, because I thought they were always cool. But But the whole movie is wonderful, and I love the making of that movie. I think it's one of the coolest making of, and how technical it was, and how they had to make it work. You know, I always remember the scene where you meet Jessica Rabbit and the penguins are serving the patrons, and they had, you know, wire things running around, and then they would put in the animation later. And it always blew my mind how cool they made that movie.
Given that you could easily make a sequel to this with CGI, and you know, it takes away that ingenuity, do you think like it'd be worth it? Like, obviously we'd want to see more Roger Rabbit, but at the same time, like, part of what's great about the first movie is that it was so hard to make.
Yeah, you know, it's a great question, because I don't know. I mean, because you there's no way a studio would okay them making it this way again.
Yeah.
When you could still have the 2D drawings, but you could just still do those through the computer.
Yeah, you just Space Jam it.
Exactly. So, man, yeah, probably not. I think that's a lightning in a bottle moment.
Yeah, like they should have made a sequel years ago.
Yep.
But yeah, now you've made a sequel. It just seems like, I mean, obviously a lot of work. It's actually a lot of work to make these, but at the same time, it's like the computer does most of it. So
exactly,
how impressive is that?
Yep, I know. I mean, the artists who work on like Space Jam, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from, because I mean the characters look great, but you do lose some of that. It's, you know, it's a lot with practical gore effects and the CGI stuff.
Yeah,
where it looks cool, but there's some charm to it being practical. And that's news. Hey, movies came out yesterday that you can get.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Not too big of a week. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is the big new release, but they rebranded it on on home video, where they made it The Conjuring 3. Do you think people had a problem with the branding of it when it was in theaters?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anyone going to the box office and reciting the whole title. I think everyone just said The Conjuring 3, so
I just call it The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
I mean, I do like the subtitle, The Devil Made Me Do It, but I get it, it's kind of clunky. The Cat O' Nine Tails is a Dario Argento film that's getting a 4K release from Arrow. Also, he and George Romero teamed up for Two Evil Eyes, which is a anthology film, which each of them make about an hour-long movie. And it's pretty great. That's also on 4K. Overboard is getting a release from Severin Films, which you'd think that would be under, I don't know what company it is, if it's like Paramount, you know, the Paramount Plus or whatever high-end they have, but it has a bunch of commentaries and stuff on it. A Return to Salem's Lot as the sequel to Salem's Lot, which isn't very good, but you can get that from Scream Factory. Shout Select is releasing all 3 films of the Oh God collection, starring George Burns. I'm sure Zach is very happy about that. Evil Dead Trap is coming out. Don't know what that is, but it looks like it's a Japanese horror film. We're also getting Julie Andrews, Mary Tyler Moore in Thoroughly Modern Millie, which I don't know what that's about, but Julie Andrews and Mary Tyler Moore, you can sign me up for that. Well, listen to this. Julie Andrews stars as Millie, an innocent country girl who comes to the big city in search of a husband. Wow, if that isn't from the 60s, I don't know what is. So yeah,
that's it. There's not more to that story.
Well, it says along the way she becomes the secretary of a rich and famous Trevor Graydon, befriends the sweet Miss Dorothy, that's Mary Tyler Moore, fights off a white slaver, Miss Mears, and hooks up with a lively paperclip salesman, Jimmy. In the end, it takes a rich, nutty jazz baby like Muzzy to unravel all the complications, give a great party, and match up lovers.
There's a lot to unpack there.
There is tons.
Paperclip salesman? Who is like on the fence about paperclips?
I know, and why would you need a salesman for it?
I don't know about this thing. It temporarily holds two pieces of paper together?
I do love the art for it, though. It's very mod.
That's what I was going to ask. Isn't Mary Tyler Moore the person on the cover?
No, I think Julie Andrews is the big head, and Mary Tyler Moore is in the middle.
Oh, I must have be remembering some other. I can't see it right now.
So it's 1967. So MTM was still on the Dick Van Dyke Show, or just ended. Sorry. So is this her first film after Dick Van Dyke? Because 65, right, is when it ended.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe she made one more before then.
I had different poster art in my head, so yeah, this makes sense. So yeah, Julie Andrews is obviously up front there.
I might order this.
But who is the head?
Yeah, I'm joking. I might just order this. Actually, I'm going to order this right now while I'm talking to you. Just because I'm interested, because I love Julie Andrews, and I love Mary Tyler Moore. Put them together, and it sounds like you have probably a not very good movie, but who knows?
Oh,
it's out of stock. Fuck.
Oh, everyone wants it. Oh, the director did Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, Slapshot, The World According to Garp, The Sting.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, I mean, it's 2 hours and 32 minutes long. That's really fucking long. But it's because it has the Roadshow edition on top of the original, restored in 4K and commentary. So they actually put money into it. So maybe it's not so bad.
Well, you can throw it on your Blu-ray pile and let us know.
Yeah. The first review is, yes, this movie is extremely racist, but perfect way to start it off. The Criterion Collection is releasing Ashes and Diamonds. MVD Rewind is releasing One Dark Night. I did pre-order both Jack Frosts from them.
Nice.
Because I wanted to make sure I get it. Because I was reading that they only have slip covers in the first pressings.
Yep.
And so, they're such a small company that I want to make sure I get the first few of them. And I remember when I pre-ordered them, they both were in the top 100 on Amazon pre-orders or movies. I said, oh man, people really want to get this shit. It's awesome. Peter Rabbit 2, you can get that on 4K or standard Blu-ray. Habit, which is Bella Thorne as a nun. I don't know what that is. From the Love Witch, Viva, the director of Love Witch, I was looking into this. It's some sex comedy. And if you haven't seen the first Peter Rabbit, don't worry, Brad. The 2-pack of Peter Rabbit 2 and Peter Rabbit will be available for purchase.
Oh, fine. Oh, yeah. I was worried.
I know you're worried about
track
it.
Of the plot on that.
But don't worry. You can get it.
I was going to say about Viva and Love Witch. The attention to detail on the visuals of those movies are pretty impressive.
So you've seen Viva?
I haven't seen Viva, but I've seen art of it.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to match that 60s film stock. It is doing an amazing job in production design, because I've seen The Love Witch. So
yeah, I've seen Love Witch too. It looks great. I don't know if it's a great movie.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is pretty to look at. So Mary Tyler Moore has another one from Kino Lorber coming out called "What's So Bad About Feeling Good." And this one has a toucan that infects everybody, that gives them intense euphoria and desire to do good. So yeah.
Oh, the toucan's carrying a virus that infects people. It's yeah, gotcha. It's not just a toucan.
Yeah, so they're both from Kino Lorber, and This one too isn't available, so maybe Kino Lorber will have them on their website and maybe not on Amazon yet. But yeah, so you got 2 Mary Tyler Moore stuff, and that's what's on Blu-ray. We watch things throughout the week in a segment I call "What We've Been Watching."
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what have you been watching?
I guess we should have said during news that Criterion is officially doing 4K releases now. So,
oh yeah, they're really expensive though. I have up that the Citizen Kane one is $55.
Wow.
I'm hoping that'll drop because I'm not going to spend that much money on a movie I think's overrated.
Yeah, on 50% off sale, it'll be $25. That's not too bad.
Yeah, and I will spend $25 on Citizen Kane.
Not excited about that cover art though for that one. But,
no, it's really bland
and really irresponsible if you get more than 3 of them in the store.
Oh, you're right.
Yep. Bunch of bored teens walking through Friday night, gonna mess up that shelf. Yeah, what I watched this week. The latest Ted Lasso episode was great. Probably my favorite of the season so far. Basically, Ted Lasso convinces Roy Kent to come out of retirement and be a coach for his team. And now it seems like the coaching staff for Ted Lasso's crew is rounded out, and they can probably start winning actual games. And yeah, it feels like a good turning point for stuff to actually start happening in their favor. But looks like Nate isn't too excited about it based on his reactions at the end of the clip. So maybe it's just that instance and he's on board for the rest of it. But yeah, I didn't really notice until I started seeing people talk about Nate has been kind of a bully to people this season, which is interesting for someone who was bullied in the last season and rose above it. Kind of sad to see him, becoming what he hates.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was fun. Roy Kent is such like a standout character in that show. And see him get a lot more screen time in this one was great. So yeah, if you're not watching Ted Lasso, check it out. It's kind of weird not having Corinne here to talk about it.
She does love that.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's so many shows about negativity. It's great to see a show about positivity. So
yeah.
What else I watch? Sorry, I'm just listening to your dog growl and your kid play with toys. And bringing up my Letterboxd account.
Sorry, they think they see something outside, but there's nothing out there. So I don't know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I watched Point Break for the first time.
The original?
The original, 1991.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, awesome, and it's really cheesy.
Yeah, super cheesy. I mean, it's better than Speed, I guess, is like an action movie, I think. It's really impressive. Like when you see Keanu Reeves like skydiving without a parachute. I assume he has one for real under his coat or whatever, but they hide it really well. Or the stunt double is really convincing.
My favorite is when he says, "I am in the FBI."
But overall, I thought even though I kind of knew beforehand what the relationship of him and Swayze is in that movie, I felt like the character dynamics are pretty strong.
Yeah.
And I think Patrick Swayze does his best to make it not cheesy.
Yeah, I agree.
For rest of stuff, but the really silly stuff is like when Gary Busey at the end, doesn't watch it back, so obviously he gets shot, and then like that's really convenient for like the rest of the movie. And I don't know, I actually thought it would have been a more interesting movie if Keanu Reeves did leave the FBI and just become like this on the run bank robber.
Yeah, actually would be.
There's really one dumb part where he and Gary Busey roll up on a heist in progress with them, the ex-presidents, and then they spot Keanu Reeves, so the whole thing falls apart, and Keanu Reeves starts chasing him. And Keanu Reeves hops that fence and trips and breaks his leg, and the fire's in the air. But Swayze's looking back at him and sees that it's Keanu Reeves who's firing up in the air, right? And then Keanu Reeves has already figured out that that's Patrick Swayze. Yet, like a scene later, Keanu Reeves shows up to them without the mask. He's just like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Let's go. I'll follow you along with this thing, and I don't know who you. I'm still pretending like I don't know who you are, and you don't know who I am." Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, they know who they are, but they're playing like they don't know who they are. So, yeah. So yeah, that was cool. And then I watched Annette at the Mayan.
Oh, I heard that's really weird.
Yeah, super weird. I know it's a Sparks Brothers movie, which is fun because we just learned about them a couple months ago. And that documentary built up so much goodwill towards that band. And then I watched this movie. I'm like, maybe they shouldn't be making movies. Because it's really just indulges I guess every creative impulse they're having. It's interesting. It's like an art piece, but it's not like something like, oh, I can't wait to watch that again. The movie starts out with the cast and crew walking through the streets of Los Angeles, asking you permission to start the movie. So it's a big musical number that starts off the movie. And by the way, the movie is mostly musical, so there's very little characters just sitting and talking dialogue. Everything is pretty much musical based, which makes sense. It's a Sparks musical. But yeah, they open up the movie. It's just regular actors and crew, not their characters, walking through, singing, asking permission to start the movie. And then the movie starts, and it's just the story of Adam Driver and Marion Cotillard as a celebrity couple. Adam Driver is a flash in the pan, shitty comic, like angry comic, stand-up comic, and she's a great operatic singer, and they're in this relationship, and the rest of the movie is that relationship rising and falling apart. Basically, after they have a kid together, they grow distant, and all this stuff comes out about Adam Driver's character being toxic, and they have their kid is a puppet. It's like
what?
It's this animatronic, obviously, like it's like Pinocchio. It's a real person, but it looks like a mannequin or a marionette. But there's no strings attached. And strange enough to say, it looks like Kellen. If Kellen was a marionette, like they have the same face, which was disturbing. So yeah. The mannequin is Annette, and once Marion Cotillard, spoilers, dies at the hands of Adam Driver's negligence, everything's sad, and then Annette starts singing, and it's a child that has an adult singing voice, and so Adam Driver starts exploiting that and touring his own child, and eventually that takes a toll on the child, and makes him look bad, and he starts getting desperate and killing people to preserve his wealth, and that's about it. He gets found out, and it's a musical the whole time, and it's super weird. Because that puppet is super weird. I don't know. Are you Googling what the puppet looks like?
Yeah.
There's different stages of it, but there's one part that it really looks like Kellen.
Huh. No, but I mean, I'm intrigued to see it just because it's so. I just heard it's so weird.
Yeah, it's on Prime, so if you don't want to go to the theater and watch it, you can. It's an Amazon Prime movie, but I watched The Mayan, and I don't regret that. But the movie itself is like, oh, okay, wow, cool. You did an art thing. Like that, the whole story of like a relationship coming together and then falling apart because their careers at odds isn't that fresh. It's all about the presentation of this, where it's like, everything seems like it's on a soundstage, and the kid is a impressive animatronic. So, and Marion Cotillard can sing brilliantly, and Adam Driver is an arty dick. Yeah.
There's really no good pictures of it online. Maybe that's a spoiler that I'm not supposed to know.
I guess, yeah. That's all I watched, and I'll try to look it up while you talk about what you watched.
Yeah, I really didn't watch that much. I can't remember because you just posted it today. Did I talk about Temple Drake last week?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of that.
So there's a Criterion film called The Story. Well, it's not a Criterion. It's on Criterion's label, called The Story of Temple Drake. And it's a pre-code film, so 1932. And it's a story, and it's really notorious because of its subject matter. It's a film about a woman who has a reputation of being quite the suitor of men. And this reputation leads her to not want to marry a lawyer in town. And so when she goes to a party and the lawyer's there, she kind of freaks out when he asks her to marry him. And she gets drunk and leaves with another drunk guy, and they get into an auto accident. And they're helped by a gangster who takes them to a bootleg hideout. And there she's raped and taken hostage by this, I guess the leader of the bootleggers. And I won't spoil the rest of it, but it's a really interesting film. It's shot really in a surreal manner. And yeah, it's there's some pretty I don't want to say like seedy stuff, but it's shot in an unusual way for that time, where the camera isn't static. It's almost always moving. And the director chooses to do pretty hard close-ups when there's a lot of tension, and it just lets the actors, play. And I mean, there's stuff that it hints that one of the bad guys' wife is able to get him out of jail by sleeping around. It's pretty scandalous for a film from 1932, but it's really well done, and the acting in it's really great. But you also have to be in the right kind of mood to want to watch a film about rape. And it's quite the film, and the Criterion is really great. It has a documentary about the making of the film, but it also has one about that time in Hollywood and what it meant to be, quote unquote, a pre-code film, and how that film, it's really interesting because they went into the censorship of films, and how the story of Temple Drake actually was pretty well preserved because it was so scandalous when it came out that they pulled it from movie theaters and then locked it away. So some films that had parts cut up because they had to fit under a certain standard, that footage is lost forever. But Temple Drake, the whole movie is available because it was locked away and no one wanted to put it out. So it was a really interesting documentary, and I recommend, if you care about classic Hollywood and want to see kind of a different film from that time, you should definitely pick up The Story of Temple Drake. It's a pretty powerful film. The only other thing I watched this week is I rewatched Snakes on a Plane, and it's one of those films that it's really stupid, but if you accept the concept of what you're watching, it's fun. Watching it, I forgot that there's a guy who goes to piss and he says, "How's my big boy?" And then he gets bit on his dick by a snake. And then a chick who gets bit on her boobs by snakes. Yeah, it's really.
I've never seen it.
You have no. Oh, it's. I mean, it's really gory, and there's lots of and there's boobs and stuff in it. So it's definitely a B level horror film. With the whole premise, I'm pretty sure it was only pitched. The writers of it is, hey, I'm going to have Samuel L. Jackson say, I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. And what do you think? And New Line said, you know what? I like where your head's at. Let's make this movie. Because the rest of it is, I mean, it's not very well written. But there is some charm to it being that like B level. You know what I mean? Where they fully embrace how stupid the idea of it is and just go with it.
Yeah, I always remember that like it got made because apparently it was a huge phenomenon, and then the trailer came out. I was like, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those viral movies in the early days of viral movies.
Yeah,
I think it came out 2006, if I remember right. I do recognize one of the producers. She produced Freddy versus Jason. So I said, I like this lady. Her name's Stokely Chafin. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Chafin, maybe. But I remember in the Freddy versus Jason documentary, she talks about how she was one of the only people at New Line that really championed Freddy versus Jason. So hats off to her for thinking outside the box. And for putting something like Snakes on a Plane out. Because you need, I don't know, sometimes I think movies and studios can be too, stuffy and everything has to be a certain way. And that she says, you know what, why don't we just make fun movies? Freddy versus Jason, Snakes on a Plane. I think she helped with the Texas Chainsaw remake as well. So she's a pretty cool producer. I've always liked seeing her name on IMDb because I know she has fun making movies. And that's all that matters. That's all I watched this week.
So yeah, I was looking up the Annette puppet, and yeah, you're right. There's very little pictures of it, and if there are, it's the adult, like the sort of grown-up version of the puppet. So
yeah,
if you watch it, the one that's like there's a newborn, there's like a toddler, and then there's a 4 to 5 year old version of it. It's the toddler in between one that was like, oh, Kellen. So
awesome.
The newborn was like, what was that movie that the Eastwood one that people was like, oh, that's clearly a puppet baby. American Sniper.
Yeah. That's really bad.
Like it comes, like she delivers it, and I was like, is this supposed to be bad? Like that's clearly a puppet, or just like a massive ballistics gel. And then I was like, okay. Once the older version came out, it's like, oh, okay, this is clearly supposed to be some artsy. We can control everything the child does because it's animatronic. Yep.
Oh man, Stokely Chafin, her last movie she produced was Snakes on a Plane.
Oh. So after Freddy vs. Jason and Snakes on a Plane, they're like, okay, you're done.
Yeah, so she has Snakes on a Plane, Out of Time, which is a Denzel Washington movie, Freddy vs. Jason. She also did Sweet Home Alabama. I thought that one was a pretty big hit.
When did that come out?
2002.
So
that's
that was probably
Reese Witherspoon one.
So that's probably
made
what got her
$127 million on a $30 million budget.
That's probably what got her Freddy vs. Jason and Snakes on a Plane leverage.
Yeah.
And then Out of Time was probably like, okay, that's enough.
And she did the I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh
man, that's a bummer. Maybe she just stopped being in Hollywood. Or maybe she transitioned to something else.
How old is she?
It doesn't say. I don't think she's that old. I'm guessing she was in her... she's the senior vice president of productions at New Line Cinema. That's why.
Oh, promotion.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
Great job, Stokely. I was going to say, man, you can have that many hits because I think Freddy vs. Jason cost $30 million and that made like $100 million too.
Yeah.
So good for her. That's what I like to see. Anywho, this week on Real Nerds, we watched Reminiscence. Brad, would you recommend Reminiscence?
Well, again, I should qualify that if you share my taste in movies, this information is relevant to you. If not, then no. Yeah, Reminiscence. It was fine. It was a movie with talented people in it, and it's made competently, but the story I had no interest in what was going on.
You and I are in the same boat. I was really kind of excited when I started watching it. It was weird because there wasn't really that much promotion for it. But when it started kind of this noir, I'm going to narrate in this flooded Miami, I said, oh, this is kind of a cool concept. But then when it got into the meat of the movie and they really didn't explain why Miami was flooded, I mean, I get that it's probably global warming, or really delve into the dynamics of the political side of the film, of the city, I said, man, it seems like there might be more to this movie. Because the mystery isn't that exciting to me. But I mean, the performances are great. I think the movie's shot really well. But it just doesn't come together. Here is the trailer for Reminiscence.
You're going on a journey through memory. All you have to do is follow my voice.
We're closed. I know. I'm sorry it's late.
We have time for one more job. When the waters began to rise and war broke out, nostalgia became a way of life. There wasn't a lot to look forward to. So people began looking back. Nothing is more addictive than the past.
No, put me back. Put me back.
I understand. She has moved on, and you should too.
People don't just vanish. To find where she'd gone, I had to know where she'd been. Was she running from the past? Or racing back towards it?
How much did you really know her? How much did you love her?
Who was she? Who was she but not with me? You think you want answers? Well, you don't. Where is she? Where is she? Arson, bribery, murder. People love their secrets.
Don't go down this path. Stay here, in this life.
I've turned a blind eye to plenty. I have to do this.
That machine of yours, how close can you get before the illusion's broken?
You're going on a journey. All you have to do is follow my voice.
In Reminiscence, Hugh Jackman plays a guy who has people relive their memories that are able to be projected through. Did you understand this? I don't know what it was.
So before I watched it, Jesse watched it. And he told me like, yeah, it's cool. It's a classic noir, story. But it at a certain point, you think it's over. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
And, so it's needlessly overcomplicated. Hugh Jackman is, I guess, a actual detective at the police department, but he moonlights using this memory technology and makes extra bucks on the side, helping people enjoy nostalgia. And he often gives it away for free out of the goodness of his heart. So he should be charging for it.
Because you learn that there's other ones. I didn't figure that out till near the end of the movie, where Thandie Newton's character works at some spa hotel thing with a bunch of them.
Yeah. And I guess Miami was flooded, I thought, because like billionaires really screwed up the planet or something.
Yeah, I didn't get that part either. That's what my guess was too. They really didn't, for a world that had a lot of interest in it, they didn't world build very well.
Yeah, I mean, you can fill in the blanks. Like, basically, despite all that, there's a global environmental crisis, and as expected, the people with the money and power have put everyone who struggled under their boot and just exacerbated the problem. And so there's some kind of government structure where obviously the people in charge are corrupt, and it has to do with Hugh Jackman falls in love with this woman who is involved in that to some extent. And the biggest question is whether or not she's playing him or actually needs help.
Yeah.
As is with those classic noirs.
Yeah. You did a better job explaining it, because it seems like there's stuff missing from the movie that it maybe was supposed to be a little more hardcore. Because there's that part too where, I don't know, Hugh Jackman just seems like he went from place to place and got his ass kicked.
To me, it felt like he was in a different movie, which might speak to why your impression is that there's stuff cut out of this.
Yeah, because he's good in it. Like he acts really well. But the part where he goes and sees the dude in New Orleans, St. John, I think's his name, and he just lets them manhandle him, and like, what did he think would happen? And then he gets his ass kicked. But then there's that really badass scene with the dude from the Mummy movies. I think that's him. Or is he from Resident Evil movies?
Yeah, gosh.
His name's Cliff Curtis. Why am
Cliff
I
Curtis, yeah.
He's in so much shit, and he's a really great actor. I just can't remember what I know him most from. He's definitely in the Meg. He does a lot of movies. Good for him. Anyways, but his fight with Hugh Jackman's pretty badass when they're in the hallway, and they're trading blows and they're running across rooftops, and but then he also doesn't but then, you know what I mean? Like, Hugh Jackman's really a competent fighter there, but then later on, he's not as great of a fighter. He's in The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. That's why I keep on thinking he's in some zombie movie.
Oh, yeah. He's also in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, he's in so much shit. He's that guy who's in everything. Like, oh, yeah, him.
Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah.
But
you know what I mean? It's... the world building, the whole world is, I don't know. And then, there's a part where he's fighting Cliff Curtis's character, and I love the idea of his hand got caught in a piano, and the hotel is sinking underwater, and he's pulled underneath because the floor gives way. And then Hugh Jackman decides to save him. And then he's like, fuck you, and leaves Hugh Jackman at the bottom of this sunken theater. But Hugh Jackman, I guess, can hold his breath for 10 minutes and swim back up, and then stick him with some sort of drug to find out what happened to his love named May, played by Rebecca Ferguson, who's great in the movie. I don't know. I guess, yeah. I mean, it seemed like it was trying to be kind of like a Blade Runner, but I don't know. It was a noir film that I never really got into.
Yeah, well, the biggest chunk of it is that it's this love story about this guy who can't let go of which I don't know. It didn't seem like they made a huge impression on each other,
Yeah.
Like it seemed pretty average. But he's obviously obsessed with her, and tries to track her down throughout the whole movie. Find out, like, famously in the trailer, it's like people don't just disappear. Although if you watch Unsolved Mysteries, people do just disappear.
They do.
Yeah, and like a lot of the movie is just like him remembering all the good stuff he did with her, and trying to find out, like, was she a different person when he wasn't around? And Cliff Curtis, you forgot to say, like, he's a cop, an ex-cop, who was horribly scarred in some, like, he was doing some
on fire guy.
Yeah, he was doing some shady stuff within his department, and then the criminals he was working with double-crossed him and burned him. And so in present day, I forget why, like, he's connected to Hugh Jackman at all, really. Like, what's he trying? Yeah. He's trying to get back at the people who burned him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because it's really convoluted, and I mean, you learn that. I mean, we're in spoilers that Rebecca Ferguson's character really did care about him, and that she was trying to protect the son of.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
The politician who had an affair with some lowly dock worker lady, and by doing that, she ended up dying. Because that's what I mean. It feels like there's some parts of their love story that's been cut out too, or they do that on purpose, so you never really know until the end. Because towards the end too, they show a little more of their what do you call it? I guess romanticism or romantic fling or whatever you want to call it.
If you're listening to us talk about it right now, like, remember when I said earlier it's like overly complicated? I totally forgot about the mayor or whatever, the congressman. Has that whole affair, and then there's that.
That's what I mean. I'm trying to unpack it all, and I just can't do it. It's really convoluted.
And I forgot there's that shootout in the warehouse with that one guy, and his fish tank explodes, and the dialogue in this movie is so bad sometimes. He looks at it and he's like all surprised, like, my tank. Like, you had to vocalize that? That's so dumb.
And that's what I mean too, because when Thandie Newton comes in, it's portrayed that one dude gets blasted like 50 feet at the beginning, and then she just has like a 9mm. I don't know how that dude went flying through the air.
And then the part where, like Jesse said, like, just when you think it's over, it just keeps going, and there was like 2 places where that happened. And then, like, the final, like, second part where it's like going on too long is really just the characters. Like, Hugh Jackman decides to go into eternal slumber and relive his romance with her over and over again. But then, like, Thandie Newton is also, like, you find out it's like 20, 30 years later, and she's like watching over the tank with like her own kid, and she goes into like this poetry, I don't know, like this monologue of what seems like the writer just kind of espousing a bunch of ideas they couldn't fit into the movie.
I know, that whole time I says, how can you lay in water for that long and like not be all wrinkly and
how does he eat? How does he like go to the bathroom? Like,
And usually I don't think about stuff like that until I watched Fast 9, and Kellen pointed out when they had Charlize Theron in the like plastic jail cell, and he says, how does she get food, and where does she go to the bathroom? Go, how does she?
Like, everyone has to watch. Like, does someone have to like drag them out of the tank and like sit them down, or I don't know.
So
but
I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it was what it is.
It just seems like really unfocused and kind of all over the place, and a bit ambitious. It feels like there's a lot of, like, in the student film community around here, like, there's a lot of high concept stuff that you just can't achieve it without a certain level of budget, and it feels like they gave this movie that budget, but it was so high concept that it just got away from them.
That's probably a fair assessment.
So
who knows? Maybe there's like a final cut that's way more story or something. But hopefully no more endings. It has as many endings as Lord of the Rings. Anywho, next week we're seeing Candyman, So that will be fun. That's getting really great reviews.
I'll try to squeeze it into my weekend.
Yeah, if you can. We understand. Make sure you send us your list of your favorite films from 2001. Re-record in 2 weeks. Yeah. Good times at the Real Nerds podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.